Welcome, everyone. We are here at DMSC 2024 in Austin, Texas, and today I am joined by Tony Rhodes of the Gun Automotive Group. My name is Brian Larkin, and we're excited to talk a little bit about what that process is like as you look for a new agency. And so, Tony, share with us, what are some things you look for in an agency or a vendor partner that are important to you as a dealer?
Yeah, sure. I think it starts with the people, and how they interact with the dealer, in the sense that do they treat it like a partnership? Do they treat it like a vendor relationship? Mm-hmm. And while it's not always critical that it be a partnership type of a relationship, it generally works a lot better.
Yes, it does.
When that is the case. The vendor relationships tend to always be trying to sell something, but not necessarily interested in whether or not we're getting the most for our dollar spent, so to speak. So that's one of the things that I do look for in a relationship. But the other critical important piece for me is just, are they open? Do they allow us to be in the system, able to work at an administrative level, able to own the relationship? Mm-hmm. If we're talking about digital marketing, owning our GA accounts, owning our pixels, things that if we overlook, then come back and bite us later.
Right. Absolutely.
But those are some of the more important things that I look for in a relationship.
So tell us about your experience with PCG. How long have you been with PCG?
That's a great question. I guess 10 years, close to 10 years. It's been a while. Wow. It's been a while.
So tell us, after, all the changes that have happened in 10 years, all the new tech that has come out, all the different things that are available for you to choose from, all the different OEM programs that you could be in, and because PCG is not in any of those OEM programs. Why is it that you've chosen to stay with PCG? Love to hear your experience on that, and then I've got some other questions for you as well.
Yeah, sure. So the relationship is the number one reason we've stayed with PCG. In all of our relationships, cost is ultimately a factor. And so we look at that, and there's a lot of opportunities to be in relationships that we feel are just cost prohibitive, right? But ultimately, it comes back to that: are we owning the relationship? Are we owning the components of the relationship? And PCG has always respected that, always worked closely with us to ensure that we're able to capitalize on things like ASE events and what have you. So it's a relationship that would be tough to separate from, frankly, because I know that they have our best interests in mind.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know this about PCG, but we don't have a ticketing system. All of our dealers have access to their client account managers, their cell phone numbers. Certainly have access to my cell phone, or Denise's cell phone, or even Brian Pash's cell phone, or Glenn Pash as well. A lot of people don't know this about PCG. Our average tenure for our client account managers is over 5 years, which is kind of unheard of in this industry. I'm sure you have other vendors that you work with, and it feels like they're changing, left and right. Who is your client account manager, and can you share with us what your experience has been working with them in that partnership?
Yeah, so Lisa Grande is our account manager. We've had Lisa since the beginning, and she's great. Always communicating what's going on, reaching out to ensure that we're happy with what is happening, or whether we think that we need to do something new. So yeah, Lisa's a great client account manager. I would say the thing that I most appreciate about the relationship with the PCG agency is, while I couldn't put a number on it, Lisa doesn't seem to have too many accounts, which is generally the case, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we definitely try to keep that balance there because the client comes first. One of Brian Pash's philosophy is that the advertising dollar is a sacred dollar, and we should be doing everything we can to make that dollar go as far and as efficient for our customers. And so that mantra or mentality coming from Brian Pash has really kind of infiltrated down into the whole PCG organization. And so our client account managers take that to heart. Tell us a little bit about your strategy. How has Lisa helped you with that strategy? And, because things are changing now. We are coming out of COVID. We are, where we had limited inventory. Now we have tons of inventory. How has Lisa helped with that strategy with what's going on in the current market?
Lisa really handles the heavy lifting for us, right? She helps to make sure that our accounts are set up properly, synced between one another, using audiences that are appropriate. And so really nothing that she hasn't done, I would say, to help us continue to move forward as the conversation evolves. I'm here educating myself on the whole CDP conversation over these last few days, and there's much work yet to be done.
Very true.
So I'm confident that she will be there to help get it done.
Yep. And I think based upon your answers, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but it really sounds to me that there's a level of trust that you have with your client account manager and with the PCG organization that you expect us to be the experts, and you expect us to help you formulate that strategy, but then go and execute it.
Absolutely.
Am I describing that
no,
properly?
That's absolutely correct. I would say ASE events are a good example. I know the discussion is being had around whether events are set up properly or not. And Lisa and team has done all of the hard work of making sure that that's working as expected. Because unfortunately, if it fell to me, I would not be able to stay on task long enough to get it done, from what I've heard.
Yeah, we've seen, we've been in some of these GA4 breakouts, and some of the dealer examples of what their GA4 account looks like it's scary. Some of these dealers have every conversion event turned on, and we know that not everything that a customer does on the website is a conversion event. So why would we want to send every conversion event as a signal to Google, send me more of that, if it's not truly that? And so if you have questions about your GA4 account, or would like us to take a look at it, we'd be happy to do so. We definitely follow the Pash model from Brian Pash. He's the leading expert on it. Is one of the founders of the ASC, Automotive Standards Council. If you'd like to have that audit, please reach out to us on our website. We could do a free site audit for you as well. So, Tony, just to close us out here, can you just share maybe sum it up in maybe one or two sentences why you're with PCG?
Expertise, relationship, professionalism.
Excellent. Well, thank you, everyone, for everyone watching at home. And we will see you at the next summit, which is MRC, coming up in November. Thank you, everyone.